Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? It's Coach Alvarez here, sipping on that good stuff, good dark roast coffee. Got my MCT powder in there, a little coconut oil. Help start my day off every day. Also had a little bit of water with some aminos already, but gonna come back at you again with some more goodies out of the book here, Champion's Mind. So I'm gonna read this little piece here again. Sometimes I'll read right through a book. Mr. Hughes, what's going on? And then sometimes, like I said, I'll just need a mental break from whatever I'm doing on my computer here, whatever I'm studying or whatever I'm looking at, and then I'll just grab the book and just open it up and read something to kind of help get my mind off what I'm doing, to reset. And or I could just be dealing with something else, and I'll come in and just grab these books and just start to reset, and I'll just open it up and I'll read something, and something that'll just catch my attention. Good morning, Vincenzo. How's it going today? So check it out. So winning does not always mean coming in first, second, or third, or even fourth. There are wins too. No matter what anyone else says, real victory is in arriving at the finish line with no regrets. You go all out and then you accept the consequences. Nothing beats the inner peace of mind knowing that you went all out with your best attitude and expended your full effort. Never let yourself lose because you gave less than your best attitude or effort during a game. Remember, only you can control your attitude and effort. So always compete against your absolute best, regardless of what's on the scoreboard or where your team happens to be in the standings. Doing your best by discovering the borders of your physical limits is also your own true gauge of personal success. A valuable life and sports psychology lesson comes from the teachings of Buddha. So check it out. I recently had an athlete, a student, want to go compete at a certain tournament. And I was like, cool. So we're getting ready for the tournament and everything. And, they had some pretty tough opponents in their division, in their bracket. And they did good up until the finals match, where they never fought this opponent before. They just saw what the opponent has been doing out on the competition scene prior to that tournament. They've been killing it. They've been good. It's like a new up-and-coming kind of competitor that no one's really seen, and they're just on this grind. When the student came back to me and I asked him, how the match go, because it was out of town. It wasn't local. They just came out with the truth and just kind of said, well, I didn't fight to my full potential because I was basically scared. I was basically intimidated. Gave the opponent too much respect, and I've been guilty of that too. I've been competing since 2002, and without skipping a year. I mean, I've been really active, especially in my black belt years, because there's been more tournaments available. And I would be like that sometimes, because I would, I would travel and compete. And I, as a black belt, with not having other black belts really to train with on a day-to-day basis, I would allow certain individuals that I would see on YouTube or whatever, or I would just know their history, like how good they are, and be like, man, they get to train with so and so and so and so and so and so at their own academy every day. They have all these black belts their size, and they're really, really high level. And it used to get to me to where I would go out and I would be not so much intimidated, but I gave them way too much respect, and I wasn't really fighting to my full potential, kind of like my athlete. And the look on my athlete's face when they were telling me about how they didn't go out and compete to their full potential was disheartening, was because I know firsthand, because I'm a competitor and I've done that before. And I had to change that mindset. I wouldn't go out there and fight like I know I could fight, because I was giving my opponent too much respect. I respect all my opponents, because as soon as you go out there and shake hands, it's the any given Sunday thing. Anyone can lose at any given time, any given day. But I had to change that mindset to where, what would happen is I would go out there and eventually I would overcome these challenges in my own mind, okay? And I would start to beat some of these guys, and it start to just kind of just dawn on me like, it ain't really who they have in the training room with them on a day-to-day basis. It's how I'm training and what I'm training, how I'm training with my own students. And so my mindset was, if I give everything I have, which I was doing anyways, but if I really just focus on making the guys that are my size in my room blue belts and purple belts, because really that's a lot who I have. Nowadays, I got some brown and black belts my size for sure, because time has passed. But at the time where my mindset was kind of in the wrong place, it was really just blue and purple belts that were my size. But if I was like, man, if I can make these guys tough, then they're going to make me tough in return, because these is who I train with all the time. So I don't necessarily have to have black belts to roll with all the time. It'd be nice to have some, high-level, world-class black belts to work with every single day, but that wasn't the case. So I'll either cry about it, and then keep having the same result, or I make some changes with my own mindset and fix the problem here in the training room. And so what happened was the good stuff. Was I started to go out and I didn't get intimidated by who was across the other side of the ring from me. It was just more of, I knew that if I go out there, shake hands and bring the heat, like I know I can bring the heat, it's going to be a fight for anyone. Doesn't matter who it is or how long they've been training. If they've been black belt X amount of years longer than me, it did not matter, because I know that I have good fight in me, and I know I got good jiu-jitsu. So if I just bring my mental game along with the physical, because I got in great shape, okay? I'm in great cardio condition because I run a lot. I lift weights. I train twice a day, 4 or 5 rounds in the morning, 4 or 5 in the evening. Now I just got to put it all together up here in my mind and not let whoever's across from me, without even doing anything to me, without even shaking hands, beat me. And so it's this thing here, it's that inner peace. Nothing beats the inner peace of mind, knowing that you went all out with your best attitude and expended your full effort. And I started to go out there and win on a very consistent basis against a lot of really good guys. And that's where I've, kind of ended up with the Master World Champion, 3 times, and the #1 ranking and all this stuff. You just can't get to that level without the right mindset. But I've also had some losses coming to that, because like it says right here, winning does not always mean coming in first, second, or third, or even fourth. There are wins too, no matter what anyone else says. The real victory is in arriving at the finish line with no regrets, and that's the biggest thing. So like I told my athlete, I was like, you kind of shortchanged. Well, you did shortchange yourself. You shortchanged me as a coach. You shortchanged, all your fans, whatever, because you didn't go out there to your full potential and go out there and fight. And that's the biggest thing. Like if you go out there and fight and give everything you got, and that person across from you is just better than you on that given day, and you come up short, you're still going to get respect from, your students. If you're a coach, if you're just a student, your teammates, that are in the room with you, you're going to keep that respect. But you'll end up losing it a little bit if you go out there and continue to lose, not because it's your jiu-jitsu or whatever it is that you're doing, but because you didn't put forth your best effort. And it's hard, because it's yourself beating yourself up before you even get out there. We do all the work, do all the preparation, and then we go out there and we just fall apart, and then don't go out there and fight to the way we can. So I just thought this was really good, because it's also kind of what's happening right now too, right? So like we're in this fight with the coronavirus thing. Everything is shut down. We can't go to our gyms. We can't work. We can't do this. We can't do that. But are we putting forth the best effort with what we can do? Like I said, some people don't like to run, but right now it's the only option, or ride a bike, or jump rope, or go for a walk even. You can do push-ups. You can do pull-ups on a tree limb. You know, lucky for me, I got a pull-up bar here in my garage. I got kettlebells. I got weights. You know, I got to find a way to do it. I got to find a way to make it happen. Or, again, I can sit around, mope, let my family see me down and depressed and not doing anything, trying to at least make some kind of good out of the situation that we're in, and then just lose, you know. So even though I feel like I'm losing right now because we're you know, I'm losing like as a business because we're not operating, you know. There's money going out, there's rent that has to be paid and everything else. All the other bills have to be paid. There's no money, really new money and stuff like that coming in, along with, you know, all the other businesses up and down in the city here. And so, but there's ways I can still win, and there's things that I can still do. So I might not be winning the way I want to, but there's other wins that I can do throughout my day, like getting up and doing this stuff, and then it's taking my dog for a walk, and then I got a workout to do, and then I got to teach a virtual class to the adults, and then I got the kids class later on, and then I do match breakdowns after that. So there's just things that I do that where I'm winning that definitely helps me with that. So, you know, I just thought this was really good because I think a lot of athletes deal with this where they don't have that inner peace of mind when they go out and compete because they're already beating themselves up and losing before the match even starts. And once you start to get control over your mind and not let external things, external factors just beat you up before you even get out there, you will definitely start to get your hand raised more, and just in life period, you know, because like I said, I deal and talk to a lot of people to where, you know, they just beat themselves up too much. I gave the video the other day about the bad wolf, and they just feed the bad wolf every day. And right now with these things that I'm trying to do here is feed everyone good wolf, you know, give out these good vibes and these good mental things to help everyone. So, and not only that, I'm helping whoever's watching, and it does set in, I'm helping myself because I'm putting this stuff out there like this, you know. So anyway, I just flipping through the book, thought it was really good. And if you're just hopping on, just go back, play it from the beginning. I read this little paragraph here or two, and it's really, really good stuff. So, you know, definitely don't shortchange yourself. Make sure you're putting forth the best effort right now. You know, right now, like with what's going on. If you're working and nothing's changed for you, man, I'm happy for you, because there's a lot of us that aren't, you know. But we're still, if you're not, there's still ways to make things happen. So let's make them happen so that you have that inner peace of mind, knowing that you went all out with your best effort. So for whatever reason, if something doesn't pan out with all this stuff that works out, and you know, something happens to the business or whatever, it's not going to be because of lack of trying. You know, I'll definitely have a peace of mind that, you know, man, you know, I gave it my best effort trying to do what I can do. You know, at night, I go to bed at night tired just because of all the different things that I'm trying to do for my students and still provide value every day. So, again, like I said, some are going to appreciate that and then some aren't, but there's nothing I can do about that. I have no control over what people, you know, feel is acceptable or not acceptable. All I know is that I'm putting forth my best effort. I have that inner peace. And then as far as the competitions go, you know, I've had my share of where I've came home down and out because I know I didn't put forth my best effort. I let someone else intimidate me, or I intimidated myself. And then there's times where, more times than none though, where I've gone out and I've won and I've felt really good inside because I'm like, yeah, I fought like I know I could fight. So make sure you're out there fighting today and every day like you know you can fight, all right? Just don't lay down and let external factors win just and run you over. Get up and have that inner peace and go to bed at night knowing that every day you gave your best effort, all right? It's been good talking to you. Make sure you get your coffee in this morning if you're a coffee drinker, and we'll catch you guys next time, all right? Have a great and positive day.